When you think of Memphis, you'll probably think of Beale Street or the assassination of MLK. You likely won't hear anything about the success of the People's Grocery Store or the sad way their competitors eliminated the competition. In March of 1892, in a neighborhood called The Curve near Mississippi Boulevard and Walker Avenue, a white grocery store owner named William Barrett found his business losing steam because of the success of a nearby grocery store run by three black men, Will Stewart, Tommy Moss, and Calvin McDowell. Shout out to Coming to America fans. See, this was a mixed race community, and it seemed everyone was shopping at the People's Grocery Store and not the other store. Jealousy led to a series of campaigns of harassment against the black men in their business. Refused protection by law enforcement and fearing a mob attack, the black grocers armed themselves and prepared for self-defense. Just as they thought they were attacked, gunfire was exchanged between both groups and multiple white men were wounded, leaving Stewart, Moss, and McDowell to be arrested and jailed. Sadly, they would never have their day in trial. 3 days later, white mobs dragged the men out of the jail and took them to a nearby Chesapeake and Ohio rail yards. McDowell was shot by a shotgun. Will Stewart resisted until he was also shot in the neck. Tommy Moss was asked if he had any final words, to which he said, "Tell my people to go west. There's no justice for them here." After that, he was shot and left with the other men under a pile of brush. Their lynchings is rarely talked about in schools, and their names are not in your history books. This lynching is also known as the lynching at the Curve. Now, these men were also friends of Ida B. Wells, and their murder sparked her passionate anti-lynching journalism. About her friend Thomas Moss, Ida B. Wells wrote, quote, "A finer, cleaner man never walked the streets of Memphis. He was well-liked, a favorite with everybody, yet he was murdered with no more consideration than if he had been a dog. The colored people feel that every white man in Memphis who consented in his death is as guilty as those who fired the guns which took his life. With the aid of the city and county authorities and the daily papers, that white grocer had indeed put an end to his rival Negro grocer as well as to his business." Ida B. Wells and Crusade for Justice, 1892. If you've never heard of the names Thomas Moss, Will Stewart, and Calvin McDowell, now you do. So the next time you are in Memphis, look for their historical marker and remember their story.